Good. No, you're right. Okay. Yep, and then we'll just pick up cars tomorrow afternoon. Okay. Yep.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good. I was just seeing if I could figure out how to change this so it doesn't follow whoever is talking. I just wanted to stay in one spot.
Gotta be just video settings.
That's what I would have thought too, but I can't find it in there. Oh, it might be a MacBook setting and not a Zoom setting.
Oh, it could be.
So I'll have to play around with that some more.
Oh, nice. Well, so far, someone's online.
You get two people online. We'll have at least some people.
It's too cold to venture out.
I thought about that, but I thought,
You can leave your shoes on, so you're good.
oh, I'll do it off here. Then out in the snow with the doggies.
Oh, yes.
Hi there, pretty girl. There.
She's hibernating.
I'm gonna get a Casey.
Oh,
Unfortunately, a friend of mine is not well and as she's making her final plans.
you're inheriting a cat.
I'll get either one or two.
Oh, gosh.
I don't mind taking two.
Probably good for that.
Peter's babies or here's my
Oh,
Peter's like, oh, what if our dog doesn't like the cat? I said, she'll get over it.
she's gonna have to.
How cozy, you've got your fire on and everything.
Oh yeah, we try to make it cozy even on a cold day.
Oh. Well, I had been in and out all day and I thought, well, I'm dressed and I'm warm. I'll just go over there and
We'll try to keep you warm, at
I
least.
still I love the fireplace.
Yeah,
Right
that's
there.
nice.
So how is your construction doing out back?
Right now, we're just waiting for the electrician to come and put in the outlet that we need.
Okay.
And then
Breaker.
we'll get the hot tub put in. So
Then
Come on in.
hopefully
How are
that's
you?
all we gotta do. And then we'll polish this up and we're gonna move the stairs over to that side. And then
Okay.
So that part will be once it gets spring, summertime.
yeah, little bit.
Yeah. How's it going, Larry?
Hey Larry.
See you.
Emily.
Come on
See
in. How you been?
Good, good. How about you?
Good. Yeah, real good.
Okay, so Brad's in Florida.
At
And
the
we're in the
game.
cold.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not surprised he's at the game.
Yeah, it's exciting though. I'm sure that's
It is
gonna be a
exciting, yeah.
blast. Hopefully it'll
Did
be
he go
good.
to IU?
I'm not sure, but
I
I
don't know.
think maybe.
Yeah.
I have no idea. No idea.
There's Nancy.
Yep, Nancy's here and
And there's Lana.
I'm here too. Hi.
Hi Lana, how are you?
So Brad,
I'm all right.
this is everybody that I would expect to be here. Unless some other folks from the community join in, but I don't think that there's a strong likelihood of that.
I think venturing out.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we can let me make sure everybody's got what you need. Got that.
got this.
I sent this just now in the chat there too, but I'm gonna give one of these to Larry and to Emily here. As we go. All right. And thank you all for joining me today too. I didn't look at my calendar really well, and that this is Martin Luther King Jr. Day also.
It is.
And so I think it's important for us, just as town officials, to recognize how important that is, and the changes that have been made and the work that we still need to do in terms of civil rights for people. But I wanted to at least take a minute to acknowledge that it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we appreciate all of the work that people, including him, have done to promote civil rights for everybody in this country. So
Absolutely.
Thank you.
yeah. And then on here, first off, just approval of previous minutes. Lana actually noticed that in the minutes from last time I had put that the meeting was adjourned at 6:45. I think it was, she said we didn't start meeting until 7, so that doesn't make
Okay.
sense. So adjournment, I think may have been actually closer to like 8:30 or 8:45. We met for a pretty long time the last time.
Yeah, it might be at 8:45. I don't know that it matters. I just think it should.
I will
Not
update
before we
that
started.
in our official record.
Okay.
Any other adjustments to the meeting minutes from the last time?
Don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
No.
Okay, any motions to approve the minutes from last meeting?
So motion moved.
Any seconds?
Second, yeah.
All right. All in favor of approving the minutes from last meeting, say aye.
I,
All right, all opposed? All right, great. And then Lana, I know there hasn't been a lot of big changes since the budget, but do you have anything that you wanted to update us on for the clerk treasurer report?
I don't think so. I had sent you that file. I didn't think to pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick.
Sure.
Oh, for Pete's sakes. But why it's probably good that I'm at home because I've got my computer in front of me. Just as info at the end of the year, we have about $3,200 in checking and 2,800 or 28,000 in savings for about 31,000 total. Versus a year ago, we were at 42, but we have spent quite a bit on various and sundry things this year. Mailboxes, the webpage development. We had our state board of accounts we had to pay $3,000 to, and then we gave $3,000 to the Preservation Alliance. So I don't think any of that is new news, but just kind of as a update.
Absolutely. Thank you for keeping track of all of that and helping put together the budget for last year too. So
Lana, what was the 3,000 to the State Board of Accounts?
That was what they did that audit a couple years ago, and
Right.
they normally bill
Oh,
somebody
that's
else.
right. They billed us.
Yes, and they billed us. It was 2764.50 is what it
Okay,
was.
they told us they wouldn't, and then they did. Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a fun email to get.
Yeah.
Oh, we said we were going to take care of it, but instead we're not going to take care of it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Old business, the Cold Spring speed sign. So I've been continuing to be in contact with people from the city about this. What we found out, and I think we were at this point the last time that we all met as well. But we needed to do an encroachment license application. I submitted the application. They said we needed more detailed site plans, including having a site plan from when Larry's property was, built, or when they first last appraised it. And there are no records of whenever that occurred. And they said, well, contact the town of Spring Hill to get those records. And I said, that's hilarious. And so that seems like it would be a relatively big expense to actually get them to do the type of site plan that they're looking for. So I actually reached back out to the city after that and finally got a hold of somebody from the Department of Public Works who is working with me to try to figure out if either A, we can get one of the city's speed signs where they actually place it, because they only want them up for about 6 months at a time, and that's what has been shown to actually effectively reduce the speed. And then they could move it to the other side and put it in their own right of way without needing us to get permission, anything like that.
Okay.
And then we wouldn't incur the cost of actually
be
purchasing the
great.
speed sign or monitoring it or anything
Yeah.
like that. So that would be the ideal situation, is if we can use one of the already existing speed signs through the city. If that does not fly, I guess along with, even if it does, what he's looking into is changing their process to allow towns and smaller local governments to use a streamlined permitting process to be able to put these up without having to go through the entire encroachment license. So he's been working with me on that over the last couple of weeks, and they were off today, so I couldn't get an update. But when I spoke to him on Thursday, he was still waiting to hear back. from the person that would help figure that stuff out. So I am still in contact with them, hopefully making some progress, but it is just very slow going still.
Thank you for doing all of that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You've learned a lot.
Yeah,
I didn't
it has
even know
been-
about the
You've spent a lot
emergency
of
license.
time.
Oh my gosh, right. I didn't know about any of that too. And this is a relatively new thing for them, is what I'm learning, is that
Okay.
nobody else has really been in this situation. It's usually private residents or private organizations that are requesting these and not like
Okay.
local governments. So we've provided them with a new challenge.
That's interesting. because I know there is one at around 71st in Pennsylvania.
Okay,
In Meridian Hills. And
interesting.
it's right on Pennsylvania
Right.
Street.
Okay, and that would be the city's right of way and not Meridian Hills.
I don't know how Meridian Hills functions,
How
but
that works.
Right.
it's definitely, and it's there all the time. I mean,
Right.
it's not a movable
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
It's
It's
been there
installed.
forever. Yeah.
I just know I've seen more and more. You know, I'll be in a neighborhood, maybe someplace I've never been, and I'll see one up and I make note of it. I'm also seeing more and more. It must be the city who puts up the big yellow signs with the arrow saying there's a curve coming up. I mean,
Oh,
we have one now, but I'm noticing many more of them around. And that's somebody's answer
Mhm.
to making people slow down. Don't know if it does anything or not.
right.
But they're just posting it, they're bigger signs and they have bigger speed limit things
Uh-huh.
on it, so. um,
Maybe we can request one of those also for that curve coming around Cold Spring. And I think and I don't know if this is what Meridian Hills or any of these other places are running into, is that because we don't own any of that land as the town, we end up in weird situations, I think, compared to some of the other towns that are just putting them up and can give their own local approval for those things.
And we technically own one side of the road, or is that city easement?
It's city
Well, there's
easement.
easement.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we don't really own any side of the road, but we're installing mailboxes on the easement part.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
yeah. I want to talk about the mailboxes today too. So it's something I've got on the agenda. So we are still working on that. The hope is that we'll have something going within the next couple of months, I think is the hope. But I'll keep everybody posted as I learn anything. And if we do end
Thank
up
you.
purchasing the speed sign, I'll let folks know as soon as we can get that done.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
What
Yeah.
is the cost again? Was it
So,
about 4,000?
There were two options. One was closer to 4,000, the other was closer to like 2,500.
Okay,
But then if we indeed do end up needing to do any permitting or an encroachment license, that's going to be about $400 total. So that adds a little bit to the cost
Okay.
as well. So yeah, it can turn into a pretty big expense pretty quickly is what it sounds like. Other things in old business, the website, we have the one up and running right now where I'm posting all of the meeting minutes and agendas and links. We are working with the state government now to get a website through them that will be free of charge for the town, which includes their like maintenance of it and the web space, everything
That would
needed
be
for us to
wonderful.
keep it. We'll have to run it on our own after the initial creation, but we get like 4 IT tickets a month for free where they'll help with any problems that we're having with the website. And some of the things that will be available on that is like a calendar feature where we'll be able to post important dates that are coming up. There will be a place where people can submit requests for the town that'll go to an email so that we can respond to that and hopefully streamline the process if anybody were to need anything. I don't know if there has ever been a time where that's been a huge issue, but I like to have it available just so that
well,
in
and we
case there
really
are questions.
didn't have an easy way to do it, so people probably haven't even thought about it, so, okay.
Yeah. So hopefully that will be really helpful in terms of functionality. And then the contract with the current company for the website ends at the end of June, where we would have to re-up for another year for the contract, which would be like $1,200 to $1,500 or so. So we won't have to pay that as long as we end it before that. In the state seemed to think that it was pretty reasonable to get it finished up by like the middle of March for it to be up and running.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll have enough time to get everything moved over, shut down the old website, and then have the new one up and running.
That's fantastic.
Do we need to give the old people any runway that we're not renewing? Like, do we do 60 days or something?
I'm not sure if there's anything where it says that on the agreement, but I can look at that.
It might be worth a quick look.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I wanted to give them plenty of notice. Because last
We
thing,
might even be able to just tell them now. I mean, if the
Yeah.
whole thing goes down, it's not like lives will be lost. If we don't have a website for 3 weeks.
other than we'll technically be out of compliance if we can't post anything, for the
Yeah,
meeting.
fair.
So.
For a couple of weeks.
Spring Hill will burn to the ground during that period of time.
Yes.
I think.
And we won't be able to tell anyone.
Exactly. Won't be able to get the word out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll make sure I'll send them something and within the next week or so to make sure
Yeah.
we're not going to be redoing with them.
Sounds good.
They're pretty responsive, so I think it'll be
Good.
fine. Any other questions about any of our old business, either the speed sign or the website? No? Okay. And then new business, Nancy brought up the mailboxes. And so, or did Emily bring it?
Emily.
I don't know.
Sorry, I'm getting people mixed up. So mailboxes, I realized when we were looking at the budget last year that mailboxes was a pretty good chunk of the amount of money that we spent last year. I think it was about $2,600 or a little bit more. Not having been here when those mailboxes were first installed, I wasn't sure, what are the like rules of those mailboxes? Have we signed an agreement with any of the property owners that said we would maintain them? I'm just kind of curious what our responsibilities are here long term for them.
When I came, we were taking care of them and I was told that we paid for the ones along Cold Spring. So they'd all be uniform and look the same. And a single company has been used to maintain those. And actually individually, they've been very reasonable. We can't help it that people drive into them or take baseball bats or whatever. But a quick repair is a couple $100. And some years it's 2,000, some years it might be less. I know yours has had to be moved a couple times.
Well, the one next door.
Oh, next door, that's right.
Smith's,
Yeah.
that was too close to the street. And so somebody with a truck, probably with a mirror sticking out, demolished it at one point. So we replaced that, and within weeks or months, again, same thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, and Rob was handling it. And so I said, could you please just have the mailbox company move it back a foot from the street? That would solve the problem, I think. That turned out to be a huge issue because they wouldn't do it unless I had to go to the post office and talk to the postmaster and explain what was going on and get his approval to move it back a foot. And then, but there was never anything in writing. It was just, I said, okay, well, I talked to him and he said, that's fine.
Okay.
So it was just, but it was crazy. But that's what happens. If they're too close to or if the
snowplow,
that's another thing. Or if the mailman doesn't close it tightly and it's hanging open, sometimes they get knocked off. Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's always been that way. So I don't know.
I don't know when
where
it started, but
yeah, I don't either.
Spring Hill is responsible for whatever reason, and it's probably not on paper anyplace.
Oh, right.
That all the ones along Cold Spring are covered. And then the other expense, which is maybe every 10 or more years, is the metal ones where we get our mail. We paid for those to be replaced 2 years ago, Nancy, or 3?
I think it was in 22 or 23.
Yeah. And actually that was not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. But I think those boxes were maybe 5,000 or something. but they last for a long, long time.
Mm.
Well, I think there are two residents that don't have those mailboxes.
Right.
Quinn's don't have, they have one that's very similar, but they've done that on their own
Right.
apparently. And then I think, is it Dawson
Mhm.
that has
Yeah.
a, yeah. So I have no idea. I know I never signed anything to do that, so it was already that way
Right,
Yeah.
30 years ago.
And I guess, so where this became a little bit confusing is that we've had a couple of them that were knocked off already this year.
right,
And the residents there also don't know what to do about them, like the people living in the houses. So one of them just came and like took it and held it on her front porch because she didn't know what else to do. So it just seems like if we're going to continue maintaining them, that we should have some kind of like formal arrangement, or if we decide, I would be happy to maintain the ones for the people that are actually residents of Spring Hill, but everybody that's on the other side of the road isn't actually a Spring Hill resident.
right.
Yeah, that's a strange thing, the way that's,
The way, I don't know how it happened or what it came from, but I'm used to seeing it. And I guess I like seeing it because you'd have 10 different kinds of
Mhm.
mailboxes, if any, if we change that. I think what we need is just a communication to those people. Some of them may have turned over in ownership.
yeah, they should know that they can
That-
get that replaced without having to
Yeah.
pay.
But I'm curious why we don't ask them to pay something.
I would suppose that, given what my experience was just to move it a foot back,
Uh-huh.
that I think the postal service determines that for some reason, all of the mailboxes on this
One
part of
side.
Cold Spring have to be on that side.
Yeah.
Right,
And so whoever decided that we wanted to have uniform mailboxes, it was the Spring Hill, because they're on the Spring Hill side.
Okay.
That's what I would guess, because I don't know why it is that way.
I have no idea, but I think, I know we have a small budget. But I think to go to somebody who might have had a free mailbox for 10 years and say you have to start paying for it wouldn't create a lot of goodwill.
Right.
And I'm not sure it's worth it.
Well, could we just print up a sheet and put it in the mailbox or drop it at the front door of those houses and say,
In the mailbox,
just so you know,
we,
this is being maintained by Spring Hill, and if your mailbox is damaged,
this is your contact.
yeah.
Mhm.
You mean you can't put it directly in the mailbox, but you can put it at their house. It
Mhm.
has to be postmarked to go in the mailbox.
I know that, but I still put things in.
Just in case.
In some cases, I think there might be renters though, so then you won't make
Yeah.
sure to the
Which is
owners of the
case
property.
For the person so I actually just went and fixed their mailbox because
Oh, thank
it
you.
was easier than trying to figure out a company coming to do it, and much less expensive. But I guess I would encourage people to consider how long we're willing to maintain that. I know it doesn't create a lot of goodwill, but at the same time, I can't think of anywhere else where someone just gets their mailbox paid for, whether that's been the precedence or not.
Did you talk with the people?
It was a renter that I spoke with, and so she had contacted her landlord who had never gotten back to her. And she had no idea, that it was something maintained by us. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, she just assumed her landlord was responsible for taking care of it,
Okay.
which,
He should have been.
right.
I think it's a good thing to keep myself, because
Yeah.
it gives a sense of unity for the neighborhood, and
Right.
especially if we ever get a sign that says welcome to Spring Hill,
Sure.
people would know.
Well, and we know that they'll get taken care of if it's no longer up to Spring Hill. They could get knocked off
Right.
and never fixed. I mean,
Mhm.
there- lots of.
Well, and they
issues.
can put up all different kinds.
They could put up
Sure.
anything, so I just think for the near future, we should probably maintain it unless we get a rash that it becomes very expensive.
Hmm.
But I don't expect you to fix them all.
Right. Yeah.
I would be happy to distribute a thing to those
Oh, yeah.
Can't be very many houses, right?
Maybe a
I
dozen.
went and took pictures of all of the mailboxes.
Oh, wow.
It's not a ton of them, but I think it's probably like 10 or 15 total.
That many.
Yeah, it's quite a few. And so, thinking about even if it's only, a couple $100 to have it fixed. This year already, if we couple $100 on 2 mailboxes, that's $400 out of a relatively small budget.
Well, why don't we monitor and see how many it actually happens this year?
Yeah, that was my plan is I'll
Yeah.
put together a spreadsheet to start monitoring, but
Like one of the stands right by the gate has 3
Three.
mailboxes on a single stand. And that would be awkward to separate those and tell people to do their own, so whatever, okay.
yeah. Like I said, not anything that I think is an emergency, but if we're thinking, especially with this past year spending far and above what was allotted for the budget, if we have more years where we end up having to spend quite a bit of money, we don't want to run a deficit every year. So just something to think about. Anything else about mailboxes that folks wanted to touch base on? That was kind of my thing, is just to see if there was any information about like what agreements we had in place for those or not.
Not aware, never seen anything.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
So I'll put something together to disseminate to the folks that do have those mailboxes, just so that they are kind of aware of what to do if that happens in the future.
Yeah, and feel free. I'm happy to help.
Oh, yeah,
so you don't
absolutely. And once we have the
always be doing everything.
website too, it'll be easier for them to, be able to communicate that as well. But yeah, happy to do that. Next couple of things on here are DocuSign and a town council email. So DocuSign for me came up as we were thinking about some of the signatures we had to get toward the end of last year. And, with everybody traveling and some things being like more time sensitive than others, if doing a DocuSign membership would make sense for the town. Again, this is when we're thinking about budget, it's I think around $500 a year for a membership, which is pretty steep. I was able to do a 14-day free trial the last time, but
That's what I was thinking we had done it
Yeah.
once.
We've done
yeah.
a free trial. I didn't think it was that much, but I don't know. Whenever I've used it, somebody else has set it up.
Mhm.
I've gotten some free copies that I've used for a couple weeks, but then
Yeah, I've never set one up.
Yeah, for $500, we could FedEx people.
Right.
That is
Have
true.
them FedEx it back.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and and thinking about that versus just being mindful of deadlines and trying to coordinate with people in person. I mean, it's not like we live far away from each other. And
it's
when
not.
folks have busy schedules, it can be hard to coordinate seeing somebody in person.
I think the amazing organization that you've created with the dates for the meetings and all that, and it's so organized now. And for the budget coming up, there's not going to be a problem to sign. Brad is probably the one that's
Trying to
most
catch him,
difficult,
yeah.
but surely if we can get him to sign it without having to pay $500.
We'll get a butterfly net and catch him. Yeah, and it's the list at one point had 12,
Yeah.
14 people on it, and there are what, 5 or 6 now?
Yes,
So
it's total now.
that really shouldn't be very
Right.
difficult. Yeah, they could even sign it at the meeting if they chose to go to the meeting, so.
And that would be kind of my hope, is that if we are planned far enough in advance that it won't really be an issue, but wanted to bring it up just because it had come up in some of our email communications. If it was something we wanted to pursue, then
How many years did I trek to your house and beg for a signature?
Well, you had to go to so many places to beg for signatures.
I don't think it's worth $500.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I at least brought that up, so that if we were gonna do it, we figured it out sooner rather than later.
If we run into anything that requires signatures of everybody here, we'll get a 2-week freebie.
Yeah, as long as somebody can figure out,
Yeah.
like, we have an email address to do that with,
Okay.
should be fine. Cool. And then the next was a town council email. So in the past, Rob has just used his own email for anything related to town council. I really don't want to just use my personal email for that.
I understand that.
One, because I think it creates bad boundaries, and two, it's really bad for my organization to have everything come to my personal email. So I set up kind of a proxy for the time being where it does get routed to my personal email, but it's through a secure server.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if there were like if this was something again that we wanted to see if we wanted to do like a subscription service for a secure email, which would be about $100 a year, or go through a free email that wouldn't be secure through something like Gmail, something like that. I don't think we get a lot through, the email that would be confidential or need to be secure.
I don't think so, but it would be nice. We don't know what's going to come up in the future that we might want a secure in place,
Right.
and for $100 a year.
And is there an alternative, like kind of like the website through the state, like a
I checked and they do not
Okay.
have that. Yeah, because that was one thing that I asked about was, does the state offer an email address similar to what they do for
little
websites?
.gov thing?
Yeah, they don't. So we can use that web domain and get it linked up to an email that we purchase, but we can't, like, it would just be kind of the surface level. It's not the actual like email server. So
And then we could use that for the financial stuff,
Yeah.
even the banking,
right, yeah,
we'd have to think through that. There's
sure,
something to be said for if we had something that was one email and then maybe it forwards to both you and I.
right.
And then we could parse out who gets what, but
And then for whoever comes after us as well, it would be
yes.
something we can pass on, and it doesn't turn into me having to forward all sorts of
Right.
documents and emails and those kinds of things.
Right.
And then we could link the website to that as well, and so it would send emails to that account from the website and
Okay,
keep kind
do you
of
have a
everything.
vendor in mind?
So the one that I use is Proton Mail, just because it is relatively inexpensive and is known to be relatively secure with encryption. But I can look into a couple of options and see, what might be good ones. But I wanted to at least put that on everybody's radar.
So should we go ahead and
I
move
think-
to do that?
I think we should.
Okay, I move that we proceed to establish that secure
Second,
email.
All right. All in favor of establishing a secure email for the town of Spring Hill, say aye.
I,
Aye.
All opposed? All right, I'll work on that. I'll send a couple of comps just to make sure that I don't miss anything that could be less expensive or more secure before I make any kind of final decision, but we'll work on getting that set up.
After our
Last week, I got an email from John Ellis, who got something from the state. He said he did some of the organization 20 years ago.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my
And
God.
somebody at the state had his email and sent him something.
In 6 minutes, do you want to log out and log back in?
Do we think we can wrap up in 6 minutes? I know we've got IU game today, so I didn't want to keep people, but if we want a little bit longer, then we can stop and start back up. Okay, we're
I
gonna
think-
keep it brief, because from Nancy, I'm getting a no. Let's not make it long. All right. So 100-year celebration, working on getting that together. I put together in the, no, maybe I didn't put it in here. I will send out kind of a tentative plan on here. I'll pass this one around just because it was in my notes. Larry Kleiman and Ann Doran and I got together to talk about what that might look like and a tentative date for that. We initially said September the 26th, but I actually have a family conflict that has come up for that date. And so I'm going to be asking about some other days around that time to try to do this 100-year anniversary celebration. Our hope is that we can collaborate with Holcomb and residents of the town and the Spring Hill Preservation Alliance to do a couple of tours of properties and some of the history, and then put together like some booths or some tables that would be between the Kleiman's property and the Holcomb estate for folks to kind of share any history that they have, along with doing kind of a pitch-in celebration as well. So between the tours and then the pitch-in, we're hoping it spans the afternoon, somewhere maybe from like 1 to 7 or something like that. Not super late so that people aren't having people wandering around in their backyards in the evening time, but also enough time that folks would have time to come and enjoy it and get to know neighbors and things like that. So I'll send out kind of our plan. I thought I had put that on the minutes or the agenda, but I didn't.
Are you thinking as far as a different date, that it still needs to be a Saturday, or are you free on that Sunday?
So my sister and brother-in-law are going to Italy, and so we're gonna watch my nephews for like that week, and it goes over that weekend.
Okay,
So yeah, it would have to be either the weekend before or the weekend after.
How old are they?
They're between 1 and 10.
Oh, okay, not that.
Oh,
old.
Four of them. There's 4 of them, so it's
oh,
yes.
Okay.
Tag team them.
bless you.
Yeah, they're fun. They're a blast, but
well, I know I can't be available on the 19th, the
okay.
week before. So I think the only other choice would be October 3rd.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay with October 3rd.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I'll talk to Anne as well because I know she wants to be there too. So
Yeah, it would, because then I'm gone after that for
oh
the
yeah.
rest of the month.
Okay, so we'll shoot for October 3rd, and I will send out something this week as well to just confirm that date. All right. Any other last minute things that we want to discuss as we wrap up today?
The attachment that you had for the meeting, I really liked your description of the 3 different organizations. I think it's important for people to start seeing that.
So this letter
yeah.
that I would like to send out to people in the town, just to give them a little bit of Spring Hill history, get them amped up, hopefully a little bit for the celebration, and to alleviate some confusion that has been noticed at board meetings and things like that. So,
Terrific.
so I'd like to send that out in the next couple of weeks as well.
Okay. Lana, I'll give you a call. I received a note from the State Board of Accounts subcommittee on something or other, saying that the audit we had in 2003 had a couple open issues. And they gave me a website to go to find out what they were. And I went to the website and I couldn't find them. So I'll get a copy of the letter for you. And there were 3, it said there were 3 issues that needed to be resolved and they hadn't been. And that would have been when I did the audit. I thought we had reconciled them all, but perhaps not. I'll figure out what they are, and we may need to work together if any of them involve finances. Okay, I'll give you a call.
Sounds good.
Craig, I'd like to maybe make a motion if it's necessary,
Sure.
that you and Lana have the authority to choose the email account, that it doesn't need to come back to the full committee.
Okay.
Okay,
Do we have a second for that motion?
second?
All in favor of allowing Lana and I to choose an email provider?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Lana and I will work together on that. Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right.
Okay,
And any motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
So moved.
All right. All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Hi,
All right.
thank you.
Opposed? You're welcome.
Thank you.
Everyone enjoyed the game tonight. Have a good rest of the evening. We'll talk soon.
Okay, best meeting yet.
Bye-bye.
See you on
Yeah.
Thursday.
Right.
Thank you for setting all this up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's very nice. I'm sorry there weren't more people. I
I
can't drink cold drinks today.
no, that is.